fresh legal hurdle is about becoming a banana peel for the ruling All Progressives Congress (APC) as its chairman, Comrade Adams Oshiomole and his associates celebrate their supremacy contest victory over embattled member and governor of Edo State, Governor OBASEKI. Sunday Tribune was at the weekend acquainted with what is expected to be the basis for the imminent legal challenge. Despite Obaseki's decision not to challenge his disqualification from the race for the party's ticket, it was learned that the victory parade by his traducers, led by his SY godfather turned bitterest foe, Oshiomole, may be halted soon, possibly when it would be difficult for the party to have a lawful candidate for the main election. The ruling party suffered similar calamity in the last general election when it ended up not having lawful governorship candidates in Zamfara and Rivers states due to intra-party crisis arising from the processes of selecting its candidates. If the Oshiomole faction of the party in Edo State eventually settles for its thinly veiled favorite, Pastor Osage Izeyamu, as standard bearer, Sunday Tribune was told by a party chieftain a double jeopardy awaits the nomination. The twin problems, according to the source, are the waiver granted him to contest the election and the decisions of the National Working Committee (NWC), led by Oshiomole, to unilaterally fix the direct mode for the primary election as well as constituting all other ad hoc committees for the selection process without a recourse to the National Executive Committee (NEC) of the party as required by its rule book. It was learned that Section 13.4 XV was allegedly breached by the NWC in granting Izeyamu a waiver to contest the election after returning to the fold just weeks back. The provision reads, subject to the approval of the National Executive Committee, the National Working Committee may in special circumstances grant a waiver to a person not otherwise qualified under Article 31 of this Constitution, if in its opinion such a waiver is in the best interest of the party. Since the crisis of confidence between Oshiomole and Obaseki began, leading to the return of Izeyamu as the new anointed, the party hasn't held any NEC meeting. The one scheduled earlier in the year to address the move to sack Oshiomole by some governors elected on the ticket of the party was controversially cancelled at the 11th hour. A hurriedly delivered ruling by the Court of Appeal sent the then embattled chairman back to office and supreme influence in the party. Obaseki was one of the governors behind the plot to sack his former boss. Beyond the preference of Izeyamu, the Oshiomole faction may also not enjoy an easy ride if a favored replacement is sought for the former secretary to the state government (SSG) to former governor Lucky Igbenedion. Already, permutations are reportedly in place to switch to either of Osaro Obaze or former deputy to Oshiomole as Edo governor Pius Odubu if emerging realities compel the abandonment of the Izeyamu project. But the party top-notcher saw a process totally mired in illegality which could only be cured by the immediate convocation of a NEC meeting. According to the party chieftain, NEC must ratify whichever primary mode is settled for, despite the provision of the party's constitution which supposedly empowers the NWC to unilaterally make such a decision. The supposedly supportive provision is Section 13.4, which lists one of the functions of the NWC to include organized primary election for the nomination of its presidential candidates, governorship candidates, and candidates for election into national and state assemblies. Sunday Tribune was assured by the source that the coming judicial contest won't favor the Oshiomole group due to the overriding provision of the same party constitution which gives NEC an oversight leverage over the NWC. The chieftain pointed at the provisions of Section 13.4 of 5, which says The NWC will have to propose to the NEC party electoral regulations to govern the conduct of elections to all party offices at every level and to govern the procedure for selecting party candidates for elective offices, subject to the provisions of this constitution. The source was certain the party was close to suffering another nomination heartache in Edo State and possibly Ondo State if the heavyweight of the party at the national level still decide to give Rotimi Akeredolu, the sitting governor, the OBASEKI treatment. Akeredolu was said to be in the black book of the national leader of the party, Senator Bola Tinubu, until weeks back when reapproachment was reportedly undertaken by common friends and associates. The reapproachment, according to an informed source, was responsible for the sudden death of the once thriving Unity Forum set up by aggrieved party chieftains in the state and backed by outside forces to unseat the governor by foreclosing his second-term ambition. An internal wrangling among the members of the forum sounded the death knell, but this in the know pointed at a synchronized demolition from elsewhere. The course is, however, said not to be completely clear for Akeredolu, as he might be required to make a lot of concessions to eventually run for another term on the party's ticket. As PDP continues to woo Obaseki, the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in Edo State is still expecting Governor Godwin Obaseki to make a move for it following his disqualification by the Professor Jonathan Ayuba-headed screening committee of the All Progressives Congress (APC). The chairman of the main opposition party, Dr. Tony Azegbemi, has said. Azegbemi, who spoke in Benin City on Saturday, dispelled rumors currently doing the rounds in the state that Governor Obaseki has defected to the PDP, where he is expected to pick the governorship ticket for the election scheduled for September. The PDP chairman disclosed that some close associates of the governor had made overtures to the leadership of the party, adding that Obaseki was yet to personally reach out to him or any member of his executive council. It is true that some close aides of the governor have reached out to the PDP. The governor, however, is yet to personally reach out to us. Our doors are open to Governor Obaseki. He is welcome should he decide to come and join us. The doors of the PDP are wide open, he said. Azegbemi was silent on what would be the fate of Governor Obaseki in the primary of the party, which is scheduled to hold on June 23rd in Benin City. But it will be recalled that the South-South Zonal chairman of the party, Chief Emmanuel Ogidi, had insisted on due process which Obaseki defected to the PDP. If Governor Obaseki comes, according to what he said, we will take him. We can't drive anybody from entering. Our doors are wide open. I am not, however, aware that he has started negotiations with us with a view to defecting. If the governor has seen the light and wants to come to the PDP, he's welcome. We have a procedure. There is going to be a primary. If you win the primary, you become the candidate, Ogidi said. Meanwhile, a former state chairman of the PDP, Chief Dan Hobby, has demanded that the APC apologize to Edo people over its varying positions on the person of Governor Obaseki. Hobby also spoke against the backdrop of the disqualification of Godwin Obaseki from the APC governorship primary. He upbraided the ruling party for deliberately playing politics on the issue of the governor's qualification, saying that it took various positions to please the national leadership. The former chairman noted that at one time the governor was well qualified to govern the state and was praised for being a financial expert. Edo State Governor Mr. Godwin Obaseki has said he is not bothered by his disqualification by the All Progressives Congress APC screening committee for the party's primary election, even as he said stakeholders in the Edo State have rallied behind his resolve to fight off those angling to plunder the state treasury. In a statement on Saturday, Special advisor to Obaseki on media communication strategy, Mr. Kruzo Osagi, said the Edo State Governor, Mr. Godwin Obaseki, sincerely appreciates Edo people, Nigerians, and our brothers and sisters in the diaspora for the outpouring of goodwill and solidarity since the announcement of his unjust disqualification by the All Progressives Congress APC screening committee from Edo State governorship primary election. He thanks them for keeping the faith. Okay, so they have quoted the APC laws, APC constitution, and what have you. Of course, it is not over until it is over. So we cannot just say for now, say, oh, this is it, this is it. You know, like I always say, in the morning, this one win. In the next hour, you are going to be hearing another thing. It is not over, and it will not be over until it is finally over. Even when anybody comes at the wins as the governor of the state, they are still going to drag until it gets to Supreme Court before they will rest their mind. So let's have your take concerning this. You think APC and OSHIOMOLE or OSHIOMOLE faction will still have to lose again? They're still going to be going back and forth. Do you think there's any hope for Governor Obaseki? Leave your comments below in the comment section and let us have your take as usual.